Hello, and welcome to Tarot Cards and Tea. We are here in the conjuring room, and my cup today, it's my water bottle.
Mine too. Staying hydrated, drink your water. So today, what?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Sonia. Thanks, babe.
Anytime.
I needed the reminder. I'm Sonia. I'm drinking water. We'll just keep it in. So today we are actually going to do something a little different. But we are going to be talking about spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. But first, it is a new week, so that means a new reading from Tia. You ready?
I'm ready. Okay, and in the vein of doing new things, we're going to do a different reading today. Since we're talking about spirits, which can sometimes be something that is hidden, we're going to ask the deck about what do you need to know about something hidden in your life? What is something you're not aware of that you should know about? And to do that reading today, we're going to be asking the High Priestess for that. She's kind of the queen of hidden things. She kind of keeps a lot behind the veil. There's things she does not reveal. So we're going to be asking her today, what's something that's hidden in your life that you need to know about? And what can you do about that? So I'm going to pull two cards to represent those two things. And I feel like I should have just shuffled before we started talking because nobody wants to watch me do this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's real.
It is real. We're nothing if not authentic. I feel like the Jeopardy theme song or something should be playing under this.
Do, 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 do. Okay. Do, do, do. You started it.
I did start it. So what is something in your life that's currently hidden from you, but you should know about? The Knight of Pentacles. So for some people, they view the pentacle, or the knights rather, as people. These are people in your life. So perhaps this is someone in your life who is just kind of trudging along. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow-moving energy, sometimes to their own detriment. And so I generally don't read the court cards, the knights, as being people, so to speak. I read them more as energy. And so my guess is something that you need to know is that you might be missing out on some opportunities by not being willing to take risks or by moving too slowly to take them. So pay attention to that. If you're seeing opportunities, but you're just like, I don't know, maybe take a risk sometimes. It might not be a bad idea. Or maybe it is. Let's see what the advice card is. I just started giving you advice without actually looking at the cards. 10 of Pentacles. I think I was right, actually. I think
she likes to be right.
I do. I'm a Scorpio. So sue me. The card underneath was the 10 of Pentacles, which is a happy card. This is a stable family unit kind of card. This is a success card. The Pentacles are all about kind of material things. Mm-hmm. And so a 10 of Pentacles, this is material success and abundance. Taking a risk, being willing to push forward and try something might land you in a good position where you're seeing some material success for you and your family. This is kind of generational success. So some really good things could come your way if you pay attention to that energy. Kind of get going a little faster.
Love that. Let go of the fear.
Go with the fear. Just go and do things.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, babe.
Anytime.
So we have had Nora on the pod several times, actually. We've done some ghost stories that we've talked with Nora about. Nora's shared ghost stories with us. We have done some dowsing rod work with Nora,
which was also kind of a ghost.
Yeah.
Nora's kind of a resident expert in that.
Really is. And I found out that they have been very sensitive to spirits for a long time.
Since birth, really.
And we have gotten a ton of feedback about wanting to see more of Nora, like getting more ghost ghost,
The
more
gore
gore
stories.
stories. Getting more gore stories. But also wanting to do a little more in the cemetery, so that might be coming up.
That's on our to-do list.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten out there yet because it's been a little hot, but it's cooling down.
Yeah.
We're heading into fall, so stay tuned for that. That's coming.
So we sat down with Nora and asked some questions, and we're going to show you. We're going to show you that interview right now. Nora, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're talking about your experiences with the paranormal today, and you've been on the pod before. So, and we're so happy to have you back. It's actually, we've had a lot of viewers ask to have you back because everybody is so intrigued, especially after the dowsing rods and going to the cemetery and having actual experiences with spirits. So I know you have stories that you want to share with us, which I'm really excited to hear. But I did want to ask a couple questions because people actually had questions to ask you.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
So what is your earliest memory of contact with a spirit?
Oh, that's hard because kind of since I was born, I would say to like literally almost 32 years at this point. I know the story of seeing my dad's spirit in the hallway. I know that it happened when I was 2, but I don't necessarily remember it. I would say my earliest memory, and I actually wanted to mention this anyway, because it's kind of a short little story, but super creepy. So I lived in a mobile home as a kid. And before I lived in it, my aunt lived in it. And it was actually her husband at the time who owned it. And so I would go over there to visit and hang out with her. And she had cats. And I just loved hanging out and playing over there. And I was maybe about 6 or 7, and we both were sitting on the couch playing with her cat, and a red balloon started to float down the hallway. And we didn't have any balloons. There was no windows open to create any wind, even if we did have any. And we both saw it, and it went all the way down to the hallway to one of the bedrooms, and then came back, and then halfway down the hallway disappeared, and it was gone.
Oh, wow.
And I've always felt negative energy in that house, and so is she. So that was creepy.
How old were you?
I was probably about 6.
Okay.
Because I think I moved into that place when I was about 7, and I wasn't living there at the time. So I must have, yeah, my aunt was living there before us, so I must have been 6, probably.
That is really creepy.
And the fact that we both saw it, we both remember it to this day. Like, we'll both retell the story the exact same way. So I know, I didn't just imagine that.
Right. And that actually goes into my next question. Have you ever encountered a spirit where you didn't feel safe?
100%. I also it's a story that I've told before, so I won't retell the whole thing, but basically at the McConaughey estate in Hayward, I don't ever like to use the word demonic because I don't necessarily believe in that. I do kind of have mixed feelings around that, but there is a very dark energy around that house because a bunch of siblings died there, like all of them, either died on the property or in the house itself. And several of them are angry and take out that anger on people. And I was 15 and I was naive, and I was like, I do believe in ghosts, but I didn't know anything about like protecting yourself and don't follow me home, and you live here and you can't come with me and you can't do anything to hurt me because I'm not going to allow you to. And like, I know those things now, but at the time I didn't, and it wasn't really explained to me super well. I just kind of had somebody buy tickets for me to go there and like do an exploration, and it was just kind of like, cool, have fun. And then turns out young women are like prime targets. by some of the spirits there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually not just me who have experienced it, but anyone like in their teens or early 20s gets like physically touched, shoved downstairs.
Oh wow.
Um,
And this is a famous house, right? Like this is a well-known like urban legend, if you would.
Pretty much. It's owned by the Hayward Historical Society at the moment, and it's sort of like a museum. And so I don't think a lot of people get access to it the same way that I have. So that is really cool. I've been in like every room of that house. I've been filmed in that house. They tell my story on tours. I won't say I was possessed, but I kind of do feel like I was. If
What
you
was that like?
terrifying.
I bet.
Yeah, they almost called an ambulance. Um, it was actually really scary.
Yeah.
And they weren't gonna even let me go back in there because of everything that happened. And then the whole team that was in charge of it was like, okay, no, that's ridiculous. Like, we're not gonna let you get taken advantage of like that.
15-year-old.
And so
yeah.
they went back into the house and like said some prayers and did a blessing. And then basically said, we think you're safe to go back in, but we're not going to force you to. Like, if you want to just be done, I totally get it. But I was like, no, I definitely want to go back in, and I want to like stand my ground and be like, you can't come home with me. You can't victimize me. You can't touch me. You can't do anything. And I got halfway up the staircase, and the person I was with and I both heard a very, very loud growl. And it like echoed throughout the house, and I was just like, you know what? I am kind of tired. Maybe I should just go home. Like, my mind changed so quick because I was like feeling so brave, and then I heard that growl, and I was just like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, that was probably a good call.
But I did go back a few times after that, like
Mm-hmm.
once to just explore as kind of like a redemption for the last time, since the last time got cut short. And then I went back again for filming, and I would definitely go back again. I don't even think they're doing tours right now, but
Yeah, what was your experience like when you went back?
very similar.
Really?
Oh yeah, that is the most active place I've ever been. And it's actually such a dark energy that if you just drive past the property, at least for me, because I pick up on things like that, I drive past it and you can just feel the anger and the sadness and the death and just all of it. The second you walk in, it's like a whole nother world. Like, you're struggling to breathe.
Oh, wow.
You feel stuff, you see stuff, you hear stuff.
Yeah.
You don't even need to record it because you're in real time hearing things be said that are not from the people in the room with you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I mean, they're there, but you don't see them, and then suddenly you all hear the same thing.
What is your... Let me preface this question by saying you've had contact with spirits in different ways.
Yes.
So you've used the dowsing rods, and we went to the cemetery and we had an episode to do that. Are there other ways that you like to use, like other tools you like to use to contact?
The dowsing rods are my favorite because I get the most responses.
Mm-hmm.
I do have good luck communicating with my tarot cards. I've done seances before, and I've gotten pretty good responses with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also just see and hear things. So I do have a friend who lives out in Olivehurst, and he owns property out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've brought my dowsing rods over to his house a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
He's a witch, and
Mm-hmm.
he sells crystals, and he's super into things like that.
Yeah.
And he suspects that there is buried treasure on his property, but also his property is very haunted.
Oh.
So every time I go over there, there's a ton of spirits, and we actually think there's a portal there. It's insane how many spirits are on that property. But it's just really interesting how I can I get really good responses with the dowsing rods, but when I'm on his property, I can just see things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, you have like a little kid standing there, and there's an old guy over there. And he actually can see some of those things too. He's like, oh yeah, I've seen it. I know exactly who you're talking about. And he has a cat right now that's actually like the guardian of the property.
Oh, really?
I believe he saved a colony of kittens, like a feral colony. And this kitten was almost dead and then came back to life.
Uh-huh.
and I swear is like the caretaker of the property, and like
Aw.
is the line between like the spirit world and the human world, and it's really interesting.
Well, that's a thing too with especially cats. I mean, animals in general, but I feel like cats are such a direct line. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I agree.
um so do you have other experiences that jump out at you? No pun intended. Um that really solidified you being extremely sensitive to that kind of plane of existence.
I just tend to see things everywhere I go.
Mhm.
I've been in a couple abandoned houses over the years, which I
Mhm.
don't necessarily recommend. Don't do
Yeah.
that. But I have. And I was with a group of friends, and we were in an abandoned house. And we went up into the attic.
Mhm.
And my best friend at the time, we both saw the exact same thing. We like opened up a little, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like a very old farmhouse. And in their attic, they had like a little cutout in the wall. And we opened the door, and it was like a little secret room in their attic.
Mm.
And I think we opened the door and something kind of flew out. And we don't know what exactly it was, but we both saw it. And there was like an actual like wind. They came out of the door, and we saw something like come out of it and just disappear.
Oh.
And we immediately got out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone we were with thought we were nuts, and they did not believe us at all. But we both, to this day, are like, yeah, I saw that. Don't know what it was, but I saw it.
How do you feel when because you say that you see things all the time. I mean, is it something that you're just used to now that you can recognize?
I'm used to it, and I've also had experiences where it's helped people.
Yeah.
It's not often because I don't usually feel comfortable mentioning anything.
Yeah.
Like if I get a feeling about someone, or if I'm like seeing something, I always think people are gonna assume that I'm just kind of crazy and like not necessarily believe it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty rare that I'll just go up to somebody and mention something. But I was at a bar one time, like years ago, and I was with my best friend, and then she had introduced me to one of her coworkers
Mhm.
who was like 20 years older than us, and she was like this Italian lady from Brooklyn, and we were all at the bar, and suddenly this guy, I might have mentioned this before, but he was like standing behind us smoking a cigar,
Uh-huh.
and he was in khakis and a pair of loafers and like a polo shirt tucked in. And I was just kind of like, didn't know you could smoke in here. That's crazy. And I'm like looking around, like, why is nobody else like seeing this? Like, nobody smells the cigar smoke. Nobody sees this guy. And I'm thinking this is kind of weird. Like, I, how am I the only one seeing this?
Mhm.
And then the lady we were with was like, well, what's he look like? And I described him, and she's like, wait, hold on. And then she pulls up a Facebook picture, and it's the exact outfit. Same guy, same outfit. And she's like, that's my dad. He just passed away like a month ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was crazy. Like, actually, like, I think that really was her dad. And she's like, yeah, that's just like him to be smoking a cigar in here right now.
Is there any other stories you want to share with us?
I have a really cute one,
Mhm.
actually. Some of the stories I've had have been like scary and kind of dangerous, and I have one that actually happened right before my like kind of nightmare experience at the
Mhm.
McConaughey estate, because the tour that I did was 2 nights. It was like either Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday,
Mhm.
and we did one house one night, one house the other night. The house we did the first night was the Meek estate, and I actually love that place. I would love to go back. And there's a spirit of a little boy there,
Aw.
and he's probably about 3 or 4.
Mhm.
And he loves to play, and he loves attention, and he loves the company. And we got one of those Simon Says games,
Mhm.
and he would actually make it light up. And he was like playing the game with us, and he was
Oh.
responding, and he was like following us from room to room, just curious, what are you guys doing? Like just walking around.
Aww. That's so sweet.
I know, it's really cute. No one knows exactly what happened or why he's there, but he totally doesn't mind that people come visit. He just likes to play. So he has his own toys up there in the attic. There's balls, there's little light up cat toys, and those are just his, and they leave it up there for him. So he always has stuff to play with.
Is this an estate that is like a historical estate?
Yeah, it's similar to the McConaughey estate. It's in the same town, actually. Hayward has a lot of old estates that used to be like farms that had like big kind of mansion style houses on them.
Yeah.
And now they're all owned by the Historical Society. And I don't know if you can still take tours. I'd love to find out, actually, but.
So the people that work there would just leave toys up there for him?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's too sweet. Well, thank you for letting us ask some questions and for sharing.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll have viewer questions. And if we do, are you willing to come back?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nora. And we'll be talking soon. Awesome. Okay. I really want to thank Nora for coming and talking with us. We are absolutely so intrigued with not just the paranormal, but spirituality and what happens to us in the afterlife and just ghosts in general. So I'm always fascinated to hear stories about people's experiences. And so we really want to thank Nora for coming and talking with us and answering some questions. We really hope you guys like this video. Please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. We dropped a new video every Monday. And cheers. Take care of yourselves out there.